You know, on June 5th last summer, I was sitting outside on my porch in Boulder on another picturesque summer day, and I remember reading a book written by a woman back in the 1800s in the turn of the century about spirituality, and I recall how I started to cry, and Pamela walked out on the porch and she said, "What's the matter?" And I smiled, I said, "Nothing's the matter, but something amazing is going to happen to me." June 6th, I came out of the water the next day in Orange County, and a couple of miles into the bike, I heard some screams and looked underneath my arms out of my handlebars and looked to see the grill of a Ford van coming towards me. Well, and the next thing I knew, I woke up in a hospital without being able to move from the neck down. Something amazing is going to happen to me. And I guess we've heard several words tonight from people who inspire the hell out of me, but it is a universal language that we all speak when we deal with these fears. We talk about perception, we talk about gifts, we talk about opportunities. And to me, that's been the biggest blessing of all this, is to not see so much how all of you have reacted to me, because you've been incredible. And the energy that has come to me from letters and telephone calls, and yes, some financially to help me afford to have friends like Colin and Scott to get me up in the morning and put on my prosthesis, which I can't do presently. But the support has been there, and it's been incredible. So I think about the word amazing, and yes, in 8 months there have been some amazing events. There have been a lot of short-term gifts. I mean, I think about Bob Babbitt. Bob Babbitt, you know, Jim MacLaren, a very me-oriented person in the old days. Oh, I got a race. How you doing, Bob? Got to go train. How you doing, Bob? This year, Bob got me out to Kona, thanks to the Gatorade folks, and I said, "How you doing, Bob? And can I buy you a drink?" It was a nice change to have the time to talk to Bob Babbitt. I think about Scott Zagarino from CS Marketing and Russell Moore from Tinley Reebok. Probably within the same day that I was injured, setting up a phone line so that many of you could call and leave a message, setting up a fund. Think about my friends that helped me. Think about the letters I get from people. You know, and I have to say, across the board, not one single letter came from a triathlete who ever said, "You know, this is really awful." They all said, "We know you can do it." Way before Jim MacLaren said I could do it. I tell you, the first few weeks in ICU, sitting there with a halo screwed into my head, I thought, I'm not up for round number 2. You know, I had a pretty full life. Why didn't I just die? I had a pretty great 30 years. But then slowly, the energy that all of you sent me started to creep back in. And it is, as I believed before about my leg, that behind every tragedy is really a gift. And it's interesting when you have time to sit back and, you know, I have not had the chance to meet David before tonight, but to sit here and listen to him speak about maybe a journey that took him a bit longer, but to hear some of the same things out of his mouth that I believe, incredibly inspirational. And as David realizes, you have a lot of time to sit back and watch. You know, I never could have gone to Ironman before this year. Too competitive, could never have watched, would have hated it. This year, the best part about the swim start finishing was that I could go to the Aloha Cafe and have a cappuccino instead of getting on the damn bike for 112 miles.